It began, like so many stories of salvation, with light. They called themselves the Order of the Solar Temple, a group that believed the sun was divine, the bridge between heaven and higher consciousness. But what began as a search for enlightenment would end in blood and fire across 3 countries. This is the story of the Order of the Solar Temple, and how a vision of purity became a cosmic nightmare. In the 1980s, 2 men stood at the center of the storm. Luc Jouret, a charming Belgian doctor with piercing eyes and a gift for persuasion, and Joseph de Mambro, a wealthy Frenchman obsessed with secret societies, symbols, and prophecy. Jouret had studied homeopathy and alternative medicine. He spoke of spiritual healing and cosmic balance. De Mambro, older and colder, believed himself a grandmaster, chosen to lead humanity into a new era. Together, they created a doctrine that mixed Christianity, New Age mysticism, Freemasonry, and apocalyptic prophecy. They told followers that the world was doomed, corrupted by greed, violence, and disbelief. But salvation was possible, they said, through the Solar Temple, the one true bridge between this life and the next. The Order's roots were wrapped in secrecy. Members joined by invitation only. Ceremonies were performed by candlelight, in rooms lined with mirrors and gold fabric. Robes of red and white, swords laid on altars. Classical music echoing through the halls, while incense filled the air. They believed that through ritual, they could purify their souls and prepare for a new world, one beyond the stars. De Mambro told them that he was in contact with higher beings, the masters of the temple, spiritual entities guiding humanity's evolution. And Jouret, with his calm voice and scientific manner, made it all sound believable. At first, the group's teachings seemed harmless, a mix of meditation, environmentalism, and moral discipline. But de Mambro's control grew darker. He declared that he was a reincarnated knight from the Crusades, and that his daughter, Emmanuel, was the divine child destined to lead the faithful to his death. He said Jouret was a modern-day Christ, and that the apocalypse was near. Only the chosen few of the Solar Temple would transcend the physical world and be reborn on a planet orbiting the star Sirius. By the early 1990s, the Order had spread across Switzerland, France, and Canada. Its members included doctors, engineers, musicians, and government workers, people with education, influence, and money. They sold their possessions, donated their wealth, and trusted Jouret and de Mambro with everything. Behind closed doors, de Mambro built a private empire, secret temples, hidden accounts, and luxurious estates disguised as spiritual centers. He controlled every aspect of their lives, what they ate, how they prayed, who they married, and even who could have children. He claimed that their children had to be conceived through cosmic alignment, and those born outside his blessing were considered impure. In 1993, cracks began to show. Some members started to doubt. They noticed de Mambro using stage tricks during ceremonies, holograms, hidden speakers, and lighting illusions to fake divine apparitions. One young couple, Antonio and Nikki Dutoit, confronted him, calling him a fraud. Soon after, they were dead, stabbed repeatedly in their home in Morin Heights, Quebec. Their infant son, Emmanuel, was also killed. The killers said the child was the Antichrist, a mockery of de Mambro's daughter, the so-called Cosmic Christ. The message was clear. No one defied the masters of the temple and lived. The murders were just the beginning. On October 4, 1994, A series of explosions and fires tore through the Swiss villages of Cherry and Granges-sur-Solvent. Firefighters arrived to scenes of horror. 48 bodies, arranged in a circle, dressed in ceremonial robes. Some were shot. Some had plastic bags over their heads. Others had been injected with tranquilizers before being burned. In the center of one room stood a makeshift altar. A golden sunburst surrounded by candles. Dimambro and Joire were among the dead. Investigators later learned that many of the victims believed they were leaving Earth to be reborn on the planet Sirius. They thought the fires were gateways to the stars. But the tragedy didn't end there. A year later, in December 1995, 16 more members were found dead in the French Alps. Their bodies were arranged in a circle, again by ritual design. Letters left behind spoke of the Great Transit, a journey to a new existence beyond the apocalypse. Then, in March 1997, 5 more members, including a family of 3, died by gunshot and fire in Quebec. Each scene was almost identical: ceremonial robes, star symbols, and final letters to the world. Across 3 countries, 74 people were dead, and yet the Order's surviving followers insisted it wasn't suicide. They called it ascension. To outsiders, it was madness. To those inside, it was faith fulfilled. The fallout was immediate and global. Governments in Switzerland, France, and Canada launched investigations into how such a group had thrived undetected. Religious scholars compared the Solar Temple to Jonestown and Waco, another chapter in the dark history of apocalyptic cults. Politicians demanded new laws to monitor secret societies. In Switzerland, the event shattered the country's self-image as peaceful and neutral. For the first time, it confronted the idea that fanaticism could hide behind polite smiles and alpine quiet. In the media, the story spread like wildfire. Headlines spoke of the cult of death, the serious suicides, the apocalypse in the Alps. Documentaries and books tried to unravel what drove educated people, doctors, pilots, artists, to die for a fantasy among the stars. Filmmakers later drew on the imagery of the Order: glowing suns, crimson robes, and eerie rituals. The tragedy inspired episodes of The X-Files, Millennium, and Criminal Minds. Even musicians referenced the event: the French metal band Mass Hysteria, the Canadian artist The Tea Party, and others wrote songs about the Solar Temple's cosmic obsession and fiery end. In each retelling, the same question lingered: how far will faith go when it cuts itself free from doubt? In time, investigators pieced together a grim picture. The deaths were not spontaneous suicides. They were orchestrated, carefully, ritualistically. Many victims were drugged or killed by gunshot before the fires began. Dimambro had planned it as a grand exit, a theatrical final act. He believed Earth was too corrupted to save. Only through death could purity be restored. His followers, conditioned through years of devotion and fear, followed him willingly or helplessly. Today, the legacy of the Order of the Solar Temple lives on as a warning, a reminder that charisma can twist into tyranny, and faith, without reason, can burn the world. Every few years, documentaries revisit the case. Survivors speak softly of the days before the flames, of laughter, of hope, of belief that they were building something sacred. Then they pause, haunted by the memory of what came after. The site of Cherry has long been cleared. Only the green fields remain, but on quiet nights, locals still hear the echoes, chanting voices, carried by the wind, as if the faithful are still reaching for their star. The story of the Solar Temple isn't just about death. It's about the eternal human hunger for meaning, and the danger of giving that hunger to someone who promises heaven and delivers fire. Because in the end, when faith becomes obedience, and light becomes fire, the line between salvation and destruction disappears. Thank you for watching Dark Files. If the shadows of history fascinate you, like, share, and subscribe. Because every week, we uncover another truth hidden in the dark.